So the entire
here we
system
go. This is the farmer's
basically just gets
market.
quietly killed off. It was
Grab
a fun
that
attempt,
shovel over
but
there.
here we are.
Maybe
trapped
fuel
in
things if we
Telltale
don't get caught.
There's also the eye scanner, which I don't talk about a lot in the video because
Yeah,
it's
I
not
thought you
terribly
might be up
relevant,
for
but
a
it must have
thievery.
been a ton of work for some
Next good
intern.
game.
Letting you get lore on basically every item in the game, including many just random background things and characters. And also, Jack can write his own depending on how you play the game and a choice you make part of the way through, which means a bunch of alternate variants of all the lore from basically the halfway point of the story. Any reasonable intern would have quit, but that's very Telltale in its own way. It's kind of crazy how far they took this thing, and I can see why it never came back, because holy hell, some guy had to write a lot of text for this. You know, this is arguably the most complete Telltale game. It's the one that doesn't have a whole lot of filler and feels like it could have kept going, probably, and has a beginning, middle, and end that makes sense with each other. There's no major retconning going on in the middle. You know, as far as it goes, it's a pretty well put together game. I'd like to imagine some of the reason Tales has so much extra flourish is the aid of Gearbox, who took some of the load off of the production by providing resources for the game. Big surprise that not having to start from scratch is a big boon for working on sequences and animation. Tales is easily the most impressive game visually so far in the Telltale lineage. I was impressed both at a title sequence and all, and Tales has a unique one for each episode. Not just like simple things either, they're very elaborate and well-framed ones set to licensed music, all of the openings in Borderlands. I'm a huge fan of the Comfy Road Trip montage one that has a bunch of digital camera movements and fun transitions between slow moments, plus the incredibly dramatic final episode intro, which has some massive framing to be quite honest. It's also pretty cool that the game just gets to use Borderlands' art style, which has always been fairly distinctive with its thick outlines, cluttered but memorable character designs. The way shadows are textured onto things, at least two of those things are also true to the House Telltale style, and sometimes a third. And while it hasn't been used...
Do you spend all day in meetings, back to back to back to back to back? Find it hard to focus?
to its full potential yet, the two-character stuff is fun. I was very, very happy to see this game out of all of them, including the return of a grumpy Loaderbot. I really am sorry, man. I didn't realize. I thought it was a fake choice. Fiona and Reese fall into an old Hyperion lab beneath the racetrack where they find a map to the Gortys Project, just in time for Reese to meet his hero, Handsome Jack's AI clone, which lives in his head thanks to the injection from Nakayama. It's so brutal that they left off on a bombshell this big for 5 months. Outside of being a bit too long, people really begged for them to make the games longer, which I think was a bad call. But, you know, this one only drags a tiny bit. It actually does a pretty good job despite how long it is. And this is a shockingly good start for Tales. A real expectation shatterer. Our main cast is very strong. The new perspective on the universe via Reese is a very appreciated expansion of what the series could be, and I think influenced some elements of Borderlands 3 to an extent. There's great action moments, fun gags, and while it hasn't been used to its full potential yet, the two-character stuff is fun.
Steroids are good for you, they truly are. You buff up your stats permanently, but it's a great idea to eat as many as you can find. Don't try that at home. One drawback is that you may die young with a new mullet, but you didn't hear that from me. Hey you shouldn't be back here. Talk to the table in front of me if you want to buy something. Sorry, I totally went back to bed. I said, I'm not eyeballing your chest right now. Titties. Yeah. It is. Look at it. Anna's house. Alright. Alright, these birds are a scam. I'm better off finding these items and treasure chests to cut the amount of monsters. And there's that one last time me exactly wasn't. So I guess I just have to put up with these processes. Oh wow, at least certain items. Hey. When times get desperate, I come here with Uncle Ross to sell all our leftover items. They don't give us a good deal, but sometimes we just really need the money quick, you know what I mean? Before you're rid of and hoarding your items so you need them someday. I don't need inventories extra. Okay.
very, very happy to see this game out of all of them come together so well. Choice is a bit of a problem as well, and like this is the setup chapter, so it isn't the end of the world. But even the Felix choice quickly becomes apparent for its lack of impact, and the game never really solves out even good choices that actually matter. The most you can say about player choice in this one is pissing off Loaderbot if you blow him up, which actually does bring up some nice moments later on and gives Loaderbot a bit of an arc as he learns to forgive you, but outside of that, Atlas Mugged picks up right where we left off. Handsome Jack is back. Honestly, such a good decision. Of the things that work in Borderlands 2, Jack is one of them, and he's probably the only one that talks. It doesn't matter that the game is annoying when that's
From
the point
humble
of him as a
beginnings,
villain.
you have
He's also
shown
well
remarkable
acted,
growth.
funny in a very mean-spirited way,
Leave your
and a perfect
bronze for
devil on your
iron,
shoulder to bounce
and
off
rule
of.
with
Even
horse
as a
and
ghost,
sword.
he's an obstinate fucker.
The sky
tempted to kill
above
Reese
begins to
repeatedly
reveal
in
its
the introductory
secrets.
scene. Honestly,
A collection
one
of
the funniest bits. Meanwhile, everyone else needs General Pollux' eye for a retinal scan to see the map. Probably the grimmest QuickTime event in the series by far, especially when it's revealed that Pollux was alive, just in stasis. But now we have a goal. Find Gortys. Of course, something kinda in the background. Vasquez is mad that he's been duped and begins firing moonshots at the group, which separates Reese and Vaughn from the rest. They couldn't afford to have too many people on set with the Mr. Warburton. There isn't actually a lot to this part, but it's nice to see him again before we reconnect.
You are such a
with
coward.
Loaderbot.
To
He
avoid
hates me
bloodshed,
so much.
you yield so
Please
easily.
just
What
forgive
do you
me.
honor? What do you mean I'm killing these goddamn barbarians? You help.
Bro.
Black cunt.
I can tell somebody had to meet a quota one day before shipping. Reese and Vaughn have the option of going to Old Haven to see the girls immediately or to stop at Hollow Point. I genuinely have no idea what this choice actually changes since the game switches perspectives pretty immediately and somehow this changes the balance of how much Athena lore you get. I don't know, I don't really get this one. But I guess it is a sort of impactful change. Fiona and Sasha meet Scooter, the catch-a-ride guy, an iconic Borderlands mainstay. It's incredible how much of a character they salvage fucking Scooter into being. He's unable to say no to a lady, any of them seemingly, but not in a weird way, more like a dorky little kid way where he's gonna defend them to the death for being his friend, even in the face of danger. This is also where money starts to come into play, as you can fork over cash for skins on your car. Yeah, it's the best they came up with. While Scooter works on the truck, Fiona and Sasha visit Felix's home to loot it. I mean, basically. Which is where his character becomes extremely confusing. He left us sentimental gifts and a scavenger hunt of loving memories an hour before betraying us. I have literally no idea what his character is meant to be or why he betrayed us, and the game does not care to ever elaborate. In fact, if you killed him, this is the last time he's ever brought up again, basically, and it's not much better if he lives. The girls then get attacked by Athena, who is a character from the pre-sequel, which I have not played, and therefore I have no idea if I should be shocked she accepted a hit on us or not. It's more than anything an excuse for a cool action scene where a character throws a Captain America shield at you as you try to scramble away, which is appreciable in a sense. Although she does kind of just give up when the group heads out to Old Haven and discovers a Hyperion lab underneath, only to bump into August and Vasquez, who also want whatever a Gortys is. Our characters are split off again. Vasquez and Reese get some time to chat alongside Jack, who reminisces on Vasquez getting hair plugs and being a pathetic loser, which gives Reese a weird amount of information he shouldn't really know, although there's no real ramifications for spilling those secrets or letting Vasquez know that you somehow know that. Like, he doesn't suspect anything. Well, Fiona has an awkward talk with her sister's ex-boyfriend about how he betrayed his boss, Valerie, to try to do the vault key deal without her. They may be our villains, but they are fun characters, and I'm glad they're around. Reese and Fiona meet in the middle and awaken the Gortys. But Vasquez and August seem like they're about to start some shit and security drones begin attacking, leading to Reese needing to make a final choice. Trust Fiona's plan to stun grenade the drones, or trust Jack to control your arm and deal with them himself. And we once again pull the old trick of ending there to pay off in the next episode. Kinda nonsense in this scenario, but it is a classic for a reason. They use it every game because it worked the first time. This is also the end of the setup, notably. Our characters will now remain together, the plot progresses, and choice still still a bit of a problem here, obviously. You can change the Athena sequence a little bit. You can really just hide the Jack ghost from everyone, which they get a little angry about if you do, but doesn't actually change much. I don't know why you would tell them. It sounds fucking insane to do it so, but we're finally at the point where things start to happen a little more aggressively. Catch a Ride more or less picks up from there, although there is a very brief return to the wraparounds, and honestly, I gotta hand it to him. The choice from last time carries over very well. Trusting either works out just fine, obviously. There's no, like, fake game overs, and certainly not between episodes. But trusting Fiona leads to Vaughn getting paralyzed for the whole episode. Honestly, no real loss there. While trusting Jack gets you a friendly drone companion for a while and also saves Vaughn, but lets Jack fuck around with you a lot more and have a little leverage over you. They're both really positive outcomes for your choices. You either get less Chris Hardwick or more Jack. Valerie's the big fish. She runs a crime syndicate and she's mad about losing out on $10 million because of us that she never had. But she's also fairly amicable to working with us if we want. You can't say yes, but it is interesting. And also she kills Vasquez. Mr. Warburton gets paid Family Guy money. They can't keep him around for too long. So in retaliation, Fiona cuts her in half with a knife. Honestly, really glad that we ran this gag back. It's pretty fun. In reality, Athena bails us out and chases off Valerie and her goons, then explains to us that she was never trying to kill Fiona and Sasha, but was hired by Felix to mentor them into being great vault hunters. Why did this man betray us? When did he pay her? What did he pay her? Why did she agree to this? Why did she try to kill us if that's the case? Was this all a scheme to get us to Old Haven here to find the Gortys? How would he know about that? He doesn't know about that. I'd say we should go ask him, but I shot him, so... Gortys also finally opens up, and she's perfect. A tiny little robot with Starfire syndrome, naive and childish and optimistic little thing stuck in the Pandoran hell world. She's adorable, and her fish out of waterisms kind of replace Reese's own as he gets more used to the world. One of the first scenes she has is trying to wake up Vasquez despite the fact he no longer has a face, and she also forms a cute bond with the more straightforward loader bots, especially while dealing with the world she struggles to understand. Also, I just love the intro to this one. The comfy road trip, little sight gags, fantastic stuff. Reese does have a big problem. Athena really hates Handsome Jack, so it's best she doesn't find out about him being alive inside of Reese. And Reese has the option to get along with his hero, reject him, or kinda hang out in the middle. This doesn't have a ton of consequence, but it does change how the text logs from the eye scan read for the rest of the game. So everything from here has 2 dialogue entries written for it, which is a crazy amount of extra work. Nobody should have had to put that effort in, but they did, and I'm really appreciative. Gortys is a few pieces short of being able to fulfill her purpose, which is to find the vaults of the Traveler, so the group is traveling the planet in search of them, with most of the chapter taking place in the Biodome, which is actually a pretty great setting. A little preserve full of glowing exotic plants, abandoned testing facilities, weird creatures. The chapter serves as a nice time for some character stuff. It's a little more laid back. Athena and Fiona have a little half-romance, a bit of flirting at least, as they approach Gortys' part, and Athena gives Fiona a bit of a rundown on protecting herself by fighting some carnivorous plants, while seeking love advice on her present girlfriend. Be the nice girl and cuck yourself, or be the cucker. I don't know how much that choice actually matters. On the other end, Reese gets to make up with Loaderbot, and he and Sasha go to disable the security system, which gives you a lot of time to rizz her up for the romance that I don't really care about. Although the flower giving scene is admittedly very cute, and I can't lie, the collapsing bridge scene isn't a terribly original gag. Pretty sure I first saw something like this in SpongeBob. But all the execution stuff with the QuickTime events and jokes about how weak Reese is really make this one hit perfectly. The weirdest thing going on for this stretch is that Fiona and Athena get attacked by Borderlands 1 protagonists Mordecai and Brick, who just agreed to work with the obviously evil Valerie to capture Athena. Why would they do this? I mean, fuck, I don't know anything about Athena. She used to work with Jack, I guess, so maybe it has something to do with that. I don't know. But I was confused why they were essentially evil villains in this game, and they only appear in this episode, so I really have no fucking clue. Can someone explain to me? There's a really fun finale here. Gortys is upgraded and gets her legs. Valerie, the Borderlands 1 guys, and her goon begin chasing the crew around. There's some car chases, carnivorous plants interrupting the action, Gortys learning to fight back herself, Athena getting fucking killed. Well, she's fine, but you know, she's not in the story anymore. Lots of fun back and forth stuff. It's hard to describe a lengthy action scene well, but it is a really enjoyable middle section to lead us into what is ultimately the game's best stuff. This chapter impresses on a lot of fronts. Don't get me wrong, to some extent it is a filler side quest. We've lost some amount of plot momentum to find a MacGuffin, but it certainly doesn't feel like it is. The game's best character moments are here, and they don't condense well into a video, but they are very nice. The action is great, and the story does meaningfully progress as the group is captured by Valerie and forced to return to the Hyperion moon base to raid it for the final Gortys piece that lies in Jack's office.
This is the Omen, a classic slip-on shop boot loaded with modern comfort and performance features. So let me walk you through it. We'll start on the outside and work our way in. As you'll see here, we got that grippy rubber outsole. This thing is EH rated, slip and oil resistant, non-marking, and it's high heat resistant up to 572 degrees. As you work your way up, you'll see Brunt's Farm Guard leather that's sourced from US cattle. It's both waterproof and barnyard resistant, keeping your feet dry, protecting your boots from piss, shit, and other elements on the job site. This boot is both lightweight and comes in an unlined construction that your feet are gonna thank you for after a long day on the job. Not only does this boot allow your feet to breathe on those hot days, but also those indoor jobs. The Omen comes in both soft toe and composite safety toe, which is lighter than steel and doesn't connect cold in the winter or heat in the summer.
Escape Plan Bravo is a space heist, and the point where everything comes together. There's not a single issue for this whole chapter. Honestly, even converting the caravan into a spaceship is ridiculous, but pays off well with Scooter's grand sacrifice to make sure everyone else makes it. I won't call it Doctor Strangelove parody sad, but I'm glad we left a tribute in the form of a Cowboy Bebop parody up in space for him. How perfectly Borderlands. And this game's canon. He stays dead, and Reese is like a minor character in 3, but it's kinda everything from there. Reese has to disguise himself as Vasquez. The impersonation of Warburton is so spot on that it's kinda scary. Yvette also betrays Reese. Unlike the last betrayal, this one makes some level of sense. She's trying to get ahead in the corporate world and has to sell out her friends. And you get like an opportunity to forgive her a little later. I don't really care about that character. The ice shenanigans are great. Reese is on his own playing the role of Vasquez, but when his voice modulator goes out, he's forced to improvise. The entire finger gun battle is silly and dumb. I mean, it is literally pointless in the grand scheme of things, but it's also endlessly charming and funny. Honestly, the framing, the editing, the over-the-top, like, shot composition, this is the most dramatic situation the entire Telltale, whatever you want to call this, series has ever had. And it's all for this. What a great way to burn the budget. He also needs to bail out Sasha from jail without talking, while also babysitting an excitable little robot. And of course, there's a lot of Jack. Funny commentary and the big climax. We'll get back to that. For her part of the plan, Fiona goes undercover as a tour guide to deactivate the security around Jack's office. Her part is relatively simple. Take a group of Jack fanboys through the Jack Museum, including lots of Borderlands 2 references, Butt Stallion notably. There's not a terrible amount of choice or complexity to her part, but I like the change up of her being the fish out of water, fumbling her way through a Jack history lesson, although most of it is Borderlands 2 references, so I'm sure it's aceable if you know that game very well. And you also get the option to let the tour group run into the vaporization grid in front of Jack's office, which elicits a very funny reaction from the security guard. It's a nice collection of bits to build up to the big Reese and Jack thing. It's kind of surprising how human Jack feels, as someone who's only played Borderlands 1 and 2 and 3, and not the pre-sequel. I guess some of it, like his care for his daughter, is probably from that game. But Reese and Jack get a long time in the office to reminisce, talk about Jack's trophy collection. You really get the idea they've become friends to as much of a degree as Jack is capable of. But Jack has played you, and give yourself up willingly or not, Jack takes control of the moon base and begins to take over everything, ending on a huge cliffhanger. It's a masterpiece. All the goofy fun and comedy of the game condensed into a little chapter of this game at its best, capped off with a killer stinger. This is also the one that notably just has a fantastic pace to it. It's just like boom, 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 boom. Things happen. I feel like they tried to go a little longer with the chapters in this game, and they do have a small tendency to drag, even though I think they're very strong in general. Bolt to the Traveler is a problem I don't think I could say about most any other Telltale game. It genuinely struggles to fit everything it wants to do in. If ever a Telltale game probably needed a 6th episode, it would be this one. Jack immediately takes on the role of the villain, putting himself in the body of a robot skeleton and planning to skin Reese to dress it up, and go further to make millions of himself in the same way using the bodies of bandits and Hyperion employees. When Reese gets away, he turns the Hyperion robots loose on the entire base, and then all the group can do is make for the escape pods as things get worse and worse, and also destroy the base as they go. I'm gonna miss you forever, Loaderbot. Thanks for your double sacrifice. Talk about stakes, the Telltale game has gone from quiet personal stories about losing a father to whatever the fuck this is. But it's not like it doesn't fit the setting. Intro goes crazy, and then final goes crazy. Back on Pandora, Gortys is in her final form, a giant mecha, and has opened the vault to the Traveler. The Traveler is a teleporting monster that she was designed to defeat, but as hope seems lost, she asks Fiona to destroy her. I must say this comes a bit too early in the chapter to be terribly impactful. I know this isn't the end, you know it isn't. We never get a clear look at Mega Gortys or the Traveler. You're really not fooling anyone with this one. On the other hand, Reese gets a very nice little conclusion with Jack. With the Hyperion base destroyed, Jack only exists in his head, and Reese literally tears himself apart, removing his robot eye and his robot arm in order to ensure Jack has no control over it. It's a great arc for him, starting off as this Jack fanboy corporate pawn who just wants to screw over his boss to get ahead, and turning into something of a hero, at least in a personal sense, by finding his autonomy and breaking free of that hero he held in him. And you have the option of killing AI Jack or leaving him in his tiny cell. It's a very grisly and uncomfortable scene. I love the way Reese steps out of the shadow of his hero completely to save the world. I don't know why you would ever not kill AI Jack. It seems very irresponsible and dangerous to leave him alive, and potentially someone finds him and brings him back again, but you know, whatever. All of this finally brings us back to the wraparound. Vaughn, why are you pretending you're gonna get us killed by your goons? Surely this all could have been talked out in like 5 seconds. You're gonna get yourself killed. To untangle a whole lot of setup, Vaughn has become king of the bandits on Pandora for his work in destroying Hyperion. The kidnapper is Loaderbot, who wanted to understand why Reese and Fiona let Gortys die and figure out if he forgives them, understand their motivations so that he can try to forgive them, and the group reunites to find the rest of her pieces, bring her back to life, and fight the Traveler. One of the oddest little things is that you need to bring 2 extra people with you, with a few options. August, Athena and her girlfriend, Zero, Cassius, he's a minor character from the Biodome that I didn't really mention, or Felix if he isn't dead, but he declines to come along because he's old and gives you Claptrap instead. I mean, I guess so, he had to be here somewhere, but thank God I killed Felix. Which do you take kinda doesn't matter. There's some bonus dialogue and each character adds their moves to Gortys's for the final fight against the Traveler, which is honestly a pretty immense effort and really cool. But this game has struggled with large-scale choices as a whole for its entire runtime, while succeeding pretty much exclusively at smaller comedy-based ones. Honestly, the fact that they can pace things out to sound like jokes correctly is kind of a feat in its own rights. The big fight with the Traveler is good. It's a very good finale even. A giant robot on kaiju battle is right up my alley, and I like Sasha and Fiona needing to go inside the Traveler to destroy its teleportation organ. All that stuff is great. I love the weird little Power Rangers homage, I love the Traveler's design, but there's not a whole lot to it. It's a series of QuickTime events, very cool ones. But we are ending on action slop, admittedly. Can we skip the Sasha death fake out? I get the bit. Set up the present that Felix left her that she refuses to open, pay it off when it saves her. But nobody really fell for this, did they? Nobody actually thought she was dead. Ending on Reese and Fiona getting warped through their adventure is crazy, given Telltale never got around to making another Tales. Reese would go on to be a fairly important character in Borderlands 3 without touching on his ending at all, so where he gets warped to is a mystery, and is a minor player in New Tales. Fiona herself just cameos in New Tales, but this ending is more or less retconned, I think. Like,
damn you, Lohar! If I wasn't lagging, I'll get you next time. Come on! What is this nonsense? Guys, I need some help. I'm lagging like crazy. Are there any other better emulators? I don't want to get bullied again because of lag.
What the fuck they actually went off and did without each other or without the others is never brought up. So it is a bit disappointing on that front. But I do like the ending. It's like a very interesting setup where they're in the middle of talking, just get teleported somewhere else. It could have been a really cool way to start another game if it existed.
What can you do? Young,
Tales from the
naive,
Borderlands has been a huge headache to write about. It's a funny game, and I struggle to say much to that beyond it's funny. Here's a clip. It has a fairly interesting story of a man moving past his hero, but Fiona remains pretty static throughout. The cast is very fun. I love me some Gordis. It has great action payoffs whenever they come up, and it's a really fun and well-done story that takes better advantage of being a Borderlands game than the actual Borderlands games do. The game has some odd struggles. Losing the adventure game stuff is one thing. That's been gone for a long time at this point. But the game has a weird relationship with player choice, and that there's very little, and the game basically stops trying on that front as well. Not to mention the economy issues, which was just a terrible idea from minute one. But this is a Telltale game. I wasn't here for the gameplay. And the fact that a game with branching responses can manage to remain funny and reactive is borderline black magic. That they've gotten so good at timing out separate dialogue and making it all flow naturally. Really just great stuff on that front.
Just drive.
I was really impressed how much I like Tales from the Borderlands, given how brutally cringe Borderlands is as a franchise. At least if you know what you're getting into. I have tried a bit of New Tales, made by Gearbox after Telltale died. It certainly more resembles the writing of Borderlands 3. Not sure when I'll get back to that one, but there's a chance I do, so I guess we'll look forward to that. Tales from the Borderlands, definitely worth playing despite itself.
And then creates an aftershock, which deals physical damage.
Rats! Welcome back, you fucker. Today we're gonna be watching the whole Don't Hug Me. We're not gonna be watching the whole. Let me clarify. We're gonna be watching the entire Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared series. I have never seen it. I've heard people talk about it, and I figured why not? I've heard it's an amazing show and totally normal and fine and sane. So let's get right into the video. Okay, this looks cute. They got a little kitchen. Get creative. Oh, they're little like Muppets.
Yeah. I'm being creative. How do you get these ideas? Just try to think creatively.
Now when you look at this orange, tell me please, what do you see? It's just a boring orange. Maybe to you, but not to me. I see a silly face.
Whoa!
Smiling at me. I don't see what you mean. Cause you're not thinking creatively.
Is this gonna be like the dancing fruit? Is this what people would watch instead of the dancing fruit games? I guess they're not really
Green is not the creative color.
Gotta keep moving! Those bedevileds are stubborn!
Mierda.
We lost him.
Fucking. Hey, Zeus.
My nerves can handle this.
Keep driving.
Keep driving. We can't stop here.
Place looks deserted. Gonna Better stop here.
We went 1 second and then we.
Before we go on. Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
Fucking hell.
I almost tagged our asses.
Fucking
That what
hell.
you call smuggling? Gado! Was supposed to go smooth. No problems.
Calm down.
Calm down. Sometimes these things happen.
This? What kind of shit happens?
Border security tipped off the
Border
corporation
security tipped off the corporation that we had their
What's
cargo.
the deal with these borderlies flipping us the finger as they fucking please? With no consequences.
He took a risk.
He took a risk.
Assumed
He
we
assumed
didn't
we
have a
didn't have a clan backing us. And he was right. Ah.
So what now?
I could ask the same question.
I could ask the same question. Will you keep whining?
Will you keep whining or
will
you put a bow on this thing?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm a bit light. Can't pay you now. I have something for you once I collect my scrap for this corpo crap we're carrying.
Huh. And you just figured I would sit by patiently.
And you just figured,
Actually, I wasn't gonna pay
I
you
would
at
sit
all.
by patiently.
Just gonna
Patiently.
bust ass and disappear as soon as we crossed over. But
Disappear.
you're all right.
You're all right. I appreciate your honesty.
Appreciate the honesty.
Appreciate the honesty.
Thanks.
What now?
So,
what's next? So, what's next?
Now we take a peek inside.
I don't quite have the luck as always. Alright.
Open it.
Wait a second, I wanna wait, I'll use the wrench. Shouldn't touch the
I don't know if your
wrench.
client's gonna be happy getting an open package. It usually means
I don't know if your
trouble.
client's gonna be happy
Fuck
in
the
the whole
client.
package.
You gotta start
It usually
working for
means
yourself
trouble.
sometime. No commission, no middleman. And I need to know what I'm selling if I'm gonna try to find a new buyer.
Let's peek away.
Oh shit. It says Arasaka on the crate.
Oh shit, it says our sock on the crate. They're against some heavy hitters.
Maybe we'll make some heavy money.
A fish?
Mames, a real iguana.
Whoa.
A lesser Antillean, I think.
Alright. You know you're
Lesser
iguanas?
Antil what?
Yeah, I watched a thing on TV about them. Went extinct like 30 years ago. They're from the Lesser Antilles.
Okay.
You come a long way, my scaly friend.
It was fun. Poke. We should sell it.
You think you can make some money on it?
Sure. Think it'll make us happy.
Us.
Yeah, partner. We'll go halfsies. Any decent fixer will find a loaded gonk interested in a rare gem like this. It's kind of a shame, though. I always wanted a pet. Got the name Manny all thought out. Hey, by the way, you, got any plans for what you'll be doing in Night City?
What do you
Why
ask?
do you ask?
What do you
I got
ask?
this feeling you got a lot of time and nothing to spend it on.
Yeah,
And NC ain't a city that lets you get by without buddies.
thanks. Appreciate it,
But
buddy.
don't you worry. Let me help you find digs. You gotta live somewhere.
Yeah.
It's important to have people you can turn to. You know, like, family. Maybe you'll find your own down in Night City.
Thanks.
Thanks. Much appreciated.
Thanks.
Hey,
Much
come on.
appreciated.
It's nothing. We got chemistry, you and me. Be a crying shame to waste it. Partner.
Hey!
Oh, it's alive.
Aw, cuddly little fucker.
Okay, partner. Time to grab the lizard and scurry out of here.
Alright, okay, partner. Gonna grab the lizard and scurry out of here.
Hey! Stanley here with you, and we got another day ahead of us in this
T-pose.
city of dreams. Ooh, I love this town. Love it like you might love a mother who popped you out on the steps of an orphanage once and now
that's me.
stops you to ask if you got a smoke for her. Every new day here means 100 new arrivals. survivals, but only half these gonks will survive a year, and that's if it's a good one. And why do these peeps come to MC? Well, to be street samurai like Morgan, Blackhand, and Waylon Boa Boa. The greater the risk, the bigger the bounty, kids. Or so they say. But you can only be a Major League player for so long. The faster you live, the faster you burn out. If you don't get a bullet to the brain first.
I want my original revolver.
AC's Legends. Know where you'll find most of them? The graveyard. Matters not where you're from. Matters not where you start. What matters here is the walk you walk. In Night City. The city of dreams.
Chick we're looking for is somewhere in this building. Probably crawling with the pendejos that kidnapped her. Eyes and ears open, all right? Speaking of which, got you a little something. Militech training shard.
Oh.
In case you need to, brush up on your dance moves. Down for some target practice in VR?
Don't have time for this.
Not now, Jack.
No, Jack.
Maybe
Good
later.
time. Maybe later.
Sure. Mañana.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. Mañana means later.
Elevator. This way.
Sign a grenade to combat guy, just a quick shot. I'm not doing that. Why the hell would you tell me that now? I mean, like...
Target's Sandra Dorset. Target's biomon went mute a couple hours back. Suspected abduction. Target could have possibly flatlined already. Not sure you're in time.
We're in time, Bug. We. Sure you're on phones, but that don't make you any less part of this squad.
Squad. Charming.
Calm the hell down, both of you. Almost there.
Yeah, Bug. You focus.
Looking for 1237. Target should be inside, but I got 0 eyes on her biomon. Fingers crossed it's not too late.
Is that you?
Ugh, I hate this life or death shit. Hurry. Try hacking the door. Think you can trip it on your own, V?
No.
Big moves, mano.
Oh, I see.
Big moves, mano. Big moves, mano. Are we fucking late? Is that her? Is that our target, V?
Go for your dead man walking. You're likely to show up here together first. But I never threat. Street veteran Darius is a ultras on display, various medals. Max attack removes undesirables. Damn. Pestis found in Milsec implants. SX on the roll. Highway extension call. Theatrical cesspool. Massacre in Japantown. And I see blah one. Can a city, any city be perfect? They said, yeah. Did you like us to jump board? Be falsely dream horror movies were like watch. Night City and Nusa. We demand return to Night City to the United States of America. We are fed up with nothing feared. Murray destroyed property in Night City Police Department doesn't try this figure and it's nothing to need. Neo postmodern society. Arasaka Jazz, another shooter in Washington. Watson. You open phenomenal breathtaking mind volumes. Tuckers have been strategy for rewards. Why is these class work so much? Acid rain. Nomads in Night City from where? Nomads in Night City. That's me. The way you're here, therefore you think you have money, you have money, so you think that that child is harvest that's been not with us, with our kind of meditations is the way you can sleep easy knowing your child orders a proper corporate ritual. Right, ew. I didn't get your message, just you don't want to know. Jen, let's sit down and brush sex. I chased away because I wanted to get him back to the United States. Montana. The way medical care. You provide medical care for you and your loved ones. Oh wow. Smart and beautiful. Well, you can get away to glamour, call in the city, throw away everything. Arasaka, the main at the turn 20th century, Arasaka built the manufacturing for 6 more days. There's like no work to it though. Both for Japanese values as Bruce Bay. Going to spend. Oh, yeah.
Sandra Dorset's protected under Echelon 2 corporal immunity. Our girl's top shelf. This one's packing black market Zeta Tech repros. Typical back alley fix-ups. Not our lucky gal. Let's keep looking.
Hell yeah!
That's where I'm aiming!
Gas is still prone. Clean it up, clean it out. Don't want to be bringing the target out under fire. And definitely don't want to slug in your back.
Over!
No way, not neither.
Take this, cabrones! ¡Chingada madre! Rip up the shreds! You know who you're messing with?
What are you doing, Becky? Taking out? Which side are you on? Let's do this.
Aim for the head! Hey, V, head down!
Get out of my way.
With you in a sec!
Yes, Papa! And him!
Ethan, you will find!
Flank them! No! Out of ammo! Cool down! Open wide! Yeah, Papa! He's next double! Zero his ass!
Shit. Maybe don't pick up the guy. It slows me down. I thought maybe it'd like be it'd be really cool if it like absorbed bullets for me. Maybe take half damage, half speed.
Gas is still crawling. Clean it up, clean it out. Don't want to be bringing the target out under fire.
Fuck off.
Definitely don't want to slug in your back.
Shoot them in the eye,
way.
V!
Not
You
me.
got
I'm gonna
this!
shoot you. Some bitch. See, you have plot armor for now, doesn't mean you got it all the time. Alright. Fuck off. Stupid.
I ain't letting
Hey,
them run
nice.
first. That all you got?
that dust! Rip up the shreds!
Alright.
Now aim first, then blast them!
What was that?
Hey, V, head down! You know who you're messing with? Took my ball!
Guess where I'm aiming?
Rip up the shreds! Fuck! We had options here. Buck, you got eyes on this shithole? Any